A true geisha can stop a man in his tracks with a single look. You are ready.
Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into a topic that is both mysterious and powerful. How to have more expressive eyes and how to seduce with your gaze. The eyes are the window to the soul, and mastering the art of using them can create an unforgettable presence. Whether you're on a date or in a social setting, or simply want to enhance your natural charm, these tips will help you to channel your inner seductress. And I will be using a lot of examples, especially from three women: Monica Bellucci, Marilyn Monroe, and the geisha from the movie The Geisha, because those three women have been using their eyes in very different but very seductive ways. And we are going to adapt some of their techniques, and I will also show you how I would do it so that you can also learn a bit. And that's why you should stay until the end of this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do this now and click the notification bell, because more of these videos are coming. Now let's start with chapter number 1. The power of eye makeup, enhancing your natural beauty. First things first, before we start with the actual techniques of how to use your eyes, let's talk makeup. Because eye makeup can do wonders in making your eyes more expressive. Think of these icons that I have just mentioned. Their eye makeup always emphasized their eyes. And here are some of the tips that I myself apply that are quite easy to implement and very effective when it comes to having expressive eyes. Tip number 1, smoky eyes. So I guess all of us know this term or this style of eye makeup. It's a classic look and it is perfect for adding depth and mystery to your gaze. So in order to create this look, you have to use darker shades in the corners of your eyes to create this smoky effect. Of course, this is a rather evening look and it's quite dramatic, so you won't use it on a daily basis. But if you're going out, for example, this is a perfect kind of eye makeup to emphasize seductive eyes. Monica Bellucci often used a subtle smoky eye in her movies and also on the red carpet. That's a kind of makeup that draws people's gaze but doesn't overpower it. So be careful of not putting too much smoky eye makeup. Number 2, winged eyeliner. That's one of my favorites. And this is something that you can also use during the day in maybe a lighter version. So if you take Marilyn Monroe, she really mastered the winged eyeliner. This is a style that only makes your eyes bigger, but also adds a playful and flirtatious touch. You can keep the line thin for a more sophisticated or classic look. I am using those wings almost every day, but I'm not doing it with an eyeliner, but with an eyeshadow liner or even with an eyeshadow. So I'm using a small eyeshadow brush, dip it in water, and then I take a darker eyeshadow shade, a dark brown for example, and I do the eyeliner with that, because this gives the eye a softer look. Maybe I can show you. So now I'm having this kind of technique. This is basically an eyeshadow pencil that I've used in order to do this wing. And tip number 3, the lashes. Don't underestimate the power of lashes, although you don't have to use false lashes on a daily basis. I have my natural lashes, but mascara is super important. So invest in a good mascara that doesn't have to be expensive, but it must simply work for you. But of course, if you go out in the evening, you can also use some falsies and add a more dramatic look to your eyes. The geisha from Memoirs of a Geisha had lashes that were very perfectly curled, and she always used this look, and we will come to that later, from under the lashes to enchant and to be unforgettable. And tip number 4, highlighter. Apply a shimmery highlight in the inner corner of the eyes. That's a super old trick, but I think that it's really effective. You can also put some highlighter below the brow bone. And this will also make your eyes appear bigger and more expressive and give you this kind of sultry look. I did that too. I don't know if you can see, but the inner corners of the eyes are shimmering a little bit. And it just makes your eyes appear larger, more awake, and give you a youthful, innocent charm. And don't forget about the eyebrows. They always have to be beautiful, groomed. I do nothing with my brows because I have powder brows, so I'm just brushing them, that's all. If you don't have that, always use a nice brow pencil or something like that, just so that your eyebrows frame your face and your eyes accordingly. And that's all. Now we get into the work. So, chapter number 2, the art of the gaze. How to look and when to look away. Now that your eyes are perfectly framed, let's talk about how to use them. The way you look at someone can speak volumes more than your words. We will start with the first technique, which I call the slow blink. This technique is all about taking your time. So imagine how a geisha would blink slowly, like she's savoring the moment. When done right, this is incredibly alluring. Try it next time you talk to someone. Hold their gaze, then slowly blink and look away for a second before returning your gaze. It creates a magnetic pull, making the other person want more. So I will show you now how I would. Let's see if I succeed, because doing it with a camera is not so easy. Technique number 2, the hold and release. This is when you make eye contact, hold it for just a bit longer than usual, and then look away with a slight smile. It's teasing, it's playful, and it leaves the other one guessing what you might be thinking, what's on your mind. Marilyn Monroe was a master at this. Her gaze was always intense yet fleeing, leaving people captivated. Let's try it. Technique number 3, the upward glance. Look up to someone from under your lashes. Now we come to this geisha technique. This creates a vulnerable and innocent look. We also know it from Princess Diana, for example. Also, I think Audrey Hepburn has been using this gaze in some moments in some of her movies. It's a subtle yet very effective way to appear both seductive and innocent and approachable. So what I mean is simply you tilt your head a little bit down and then you look up, like from under your lashes. It doesn't have to be super extreme so that it doesn't look weird. So just look a little bit down and then like up, just like that. Technique number 4, the smolder. Channel your inner monicabellucci here. This look is all about intensity. So you will narrow your eyes slightly, as if you are deeply contemplating the person in front of you. Pair it with a slight tilt of your head and then a barely there smile for a look that is impossible to ignore. Now Monica did it the best, but I will try too. Chapter number 3. Body language. Complementing the eyes. Now, your eyes can do a lot of work, but they are even more effective when combined with the right body language. So here are 3 more techniques that you can use as a complement. And they are also powerful on their own. Leaning in. So when you're engaged in a conversation, suddenly lean in as if you're hanging on every word. It makes your gaze feel more intimate and more personal. Think of how Marilyn Monroe in her roles would engage in conversations. Every look was deliberate, every move was calculated to draw people in. So try this, and when you are talking to someone and looking and using your eyes, lean in just a little bit. Of course, not too much. We all know it has to be balanced and subtle. Technique number 2, touching your face. Gently touch your face while maintaining eye contact. I am doing that quite often without knowing. If you do it consciously and you know about the effect and you do it in the right moment, it can be very seductive. And also it kind of draws the attention to your eyes. And technique number 3, the soft smile. We have already mentioned the smile, but here we will give it a point of its own, because a soft smile, almost shy, paired with an intense gaze and eye contact can be incredibly seductive. You are approachable but confident. Much like Monica Bellucci balances this, her mysterious look with a warm smile. You can see that on many of her pictures. Chapter number 4, practice makes perfect. So just like any other skill, mastering the art of seductive gaze takes practice, and I would recommend you to practice in a mirror. Spend some time in front of the mirror, experimenting with different looks and expressions. Study the movies with our icons and watch the movie The Geisha. It's very helpful. I can recommend it, especially with regard to this using your eyes, and pay attention to their eye movements. Mimic what you see. Just let yourself be inspired by that. Remember, the key is to remain natural and not overdo it. It has to become just a part of who you are. You will be able to express yourself more deeply and seductively. And my techniques that I have talked about in this video are of course more focused on in-person conversation, so when you are sitting in front of someone or nearby. But I have mentioned one technique on how to draw the attention from someone who's further away with your eyes, and I explained that in this video, which I will link here for you so that you can watch it afterwards. And please give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm happy about everything. And hopefully see you in my next one. Bye bye.